Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Peter McKenzie, and a long time ago, I met a bloke called Clive Rippon. And in a short while after meeting Clive, he met a very lovely young lady called Julie Grauer. And through the last nearly 30 years, at least 30 years, we've had some times. They've mostly been good. We've had some tragedies, like everybody has. We've stayed together. But on behalf of everybody here, and there's a great bunch of people that I don't know, and that probably pertains to what Juli and Rippon are about. They get to know a lot of people in a lot of different situations, and I think tonight just shows that on her 50th birthday, which she vowed and declared would never happen, because unfortunately her friends were a little bit older than her, and that she said that she was always the youngest. She is still the youngest, but she's joined the 50 club. A couple of little stories that are stuck in my mind about what you saw up here just a minute ago. We had a big passion for rock and roll. We started the Camperdown Rock and Roll Club, which is now defunct in some way. We went to every dance that anybody could put on. We went to Warrnambool, we went to Shepparton, we went to Colac, we went everywhere. And we danced and danced and danced. And it was funny that in the year 2000, my wife, Christine, who is sitting over there with Mrs. Rippon, and the two girls got a chance to go to America. And Clive and I had 20 days of no women. And if everybody doesn't know, Julie is a vegetarian. I have never eaten so much meat in all my life. Clive had it stashed away, so I didn't have to worry about cooking. Clive cooked. And it was steak this and steak that and steak something up. When they came home, life went on, and life's gone on brilliantly for both of them. They've formed such a wonderful pair, and I happened to be MC at their wedding, which was a lovely day if you liked beach weddings. And everybody knows that there's a beach and there's an ocean. And we had the table set up about 30 feet from where the tide was coming in. Unfortunately, by the time they had to say hi to, the tide had come in. So we had to move the whole damn thing up the beach. It was funny. There is one story I've been told I can't tell, but I'm going to tell it. If you know Julie, she loves motorbikes and she loves cars. And there was one particular car, and everybody should know it was the Monaro. And the Monaro was in a shed. It had a cover, and it was protected. Rippon had dogs, and they ranged from that big to the biggest stag hound you've ever seen, and he was that big. One day, the big stag hound decided to go to sleep on Julie's Monaro's roof, and the roof sort of went like that. Julie said to Rip, "It's either the dog of the Monaro. And I know where that dog is buried. They honestly are a wonderful couple, and Julie is an amazing person. She's been a friend for a long time. All of you have been very, very wonderful friends and have been part of their lives for what everybody knows can be fairly difficult in this day and age. I know myself that from one day to the next, you don't know what's going to happen. And it's just lovely to be here tonight, for everybody to share with Julie on her 50th. I don't want to say emphasise that, Jill, but I thought I would. On her 50th. 50. And together with all of you here, we want to wish you just the greatest birthday. You're an absolute wonderful person. And with everybody here, I'd like to, everybody raise your glasses if you've got one in front of you, and drink to Julie Gower. Happy birthday, Julie. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip.
Thanks, Peter. Now, the reason I didn't think I'd live to 50 is because my father told me if I ride a motorbike, I am a temporary Australian. So, look at me, Dad, I'm still here and I'm 50. And I'll tell you, some of the rallies we went to, Victor and Bruce, yeah, it's a wonder we did get back in life. We were pretty quick. But this is my friend Danny, who is going to be my pretend father tonight because my father won't get up. So, Danny has a couple of stories. We've done a few overseas trips together.
Yeah, well, Julie told you my name, Danny Shaw. I was on a trip to America and Canada, and I get to Toronto and we go into this big posh motel, and go to make a cup of coffee. We didn't know how to work the stupid jugs. So my partner and I went downstairs and got downstairs and seen the reception, and they said, "What's wrong?" And they said, "Oh," I said, "the jugs won't work." So they said, "We'll send someone up." And this is how I met Julie and Clive, actually, in Canada. Didn't know it over there. And I go to get in the lift, these two people yell out, "G'day, Danny." And I looked, I knew my face, I said, "They're for Camperdown." So I go up to the room, and we're 4 rooms apart. That's how I originally and honestly met 2 lovely people. And what happened is, we went all around America together, America, Canada, and then we went back home, and then Clive and Julie got the notion for another wedding. So we went to Las Vegas. What a wedding. I was the bridesmaid, I was the flower girl, I was the groomsman, I was the best man, and I also give away the bride. And between the two of them, they're both wonderful people, and I've had some good friends in my day, but these will be my friends until my day's up. And I'd just like to say, hope you have many more, although you shouldn't have got this far. I ring her every Monday at work, and if she answers the phone, I said, "Thank God I don't have to buy a reef." Every second Monday she was off, and she'd have an accident at home, even snake bites. But on that note, I'd just like to say, everyone, thanks for coming and looking after Julie and giving her a good night. Thank you, Julie, for letting me come up and say these few words. Thanks, mate.
And since my oldest and dearest friend Victor De Bono won't come up, my Auntie Mavis is even dearer. So she's going to come up and say something. Auntie Mavis is a special auntie to me. She's been there for me all my life, and just amazing. The support I've had from you is just amazing. And she's really been just like a mother to me. And just before Mavis starts, I just want to say thank you to my parents, Gus and Wilma, who have been the same amazing support, always in the background, and I know you're always there if I need something.
Thank you, Julie. I've known Julie all my life. Isn't she a wonderful person? All the friends she's made in the many different groups she's been in, I'm just amazed at what you've done, Julie. And we all wish her the happiest birthday night and the future ahead. I hope everything's rosy for you, dear. She's lucky to be here, you know, because she was in my church in New Zealand. We were holidaying there together. She was only about, 12, 11? And she wasn't a vegetarian then. And I'll just tell this story. We were in Dunedin, I think it was, or Christchurch, somewhere way in the South Island of New Zealand. We'd been up the town and all the shops were shutting because it was about 6 o'clock closing then. We'd had quite a little walk, or a big walk, back to our motel room. Julie went on ahead and she said, Auntie Mavis, she said, there's nowhere to cook our sausages that we've bought for tea. And every other motel room in New Zealand had a kitchenette and all the mod cons. This one apparently didn't have anywhere to cook. I'd seen the ranger drive out as we arrived there, so I couldn't go and ask for help there. And I thought, well, I've got a hungry girl, I'm in charge of her, what am I going to give her for tea? So, being very innovative, I thought, I think I could cook these sausages in the toaster. And, well, really, here back home here, I would have been able to do it because I'd had beef sausages that were quite firm and it would have been all right, but they were the fattiest sausages you've ever seen. New Zealand, I can recommend for the fattiest sausages that you've ever seen in your life. Well, put them in the toaster and the fat started to ooze out. To finish with, I'd used all the toilet paper in here, all the kitchen serviettes, everything I could think of to soak up this fat. I was feeling guiltier by the minute, but I was determined I was going to give Julie tea. And I did get those sausages cooked. The next morning we were leaving, and I thought I'd left the toaster in an immaculate, fairly good condition. Didn't look too greasy to me, even though the bin was filled to the top with paper. We went across the road to catch the bus to be away, but the manager of the motel must have inspected the unit in the meantime, and across he came, and he wasn't very happy at all. If that's the way you Australian tourists treat my motel, you're not welcome back here anymore. But at least Julie had sausages for tea. and she's still lucky to be here because I think it was that night I left the key in the outside of the door of the motel thinking it was on my dressing table. There's many more stories I could tell about Julie. I've loved her from the minute that she was born, and I've known her all my life, and I'm just amazed at all the wonderful things she's doing in her life. Happy birthday, Julie.
Now this is one more from me, and when you think about what I said about America, now Julie and Christine arrived in 2000. It was a 24-day trip. 24-day trip, and they were billeted out. So you've got these bunch of kids with grown adults being their chaperones, and when they were billeted out, they went out to these wonderful families. And if you can imagine, in America, in the Bible Belt, you've got two wonderful 20-year-old Australian women, and the husband was a prison guard, and he was 7 feet tall. He was about 250 pounds, and he liked to drink. So every second night, I used to get a phone call from these two. How are you? I'm doing well. What's it like being in America? Oh, it's wonderful. These two people are just great. By the third phone call, the guy, what's his name? Ken said, Peter, please take these two home. They're killing me. They used to drink every night. He used to like a drink, but not every night. We still have contact with those two people. They've aged, but we still have to. And when Rip and I got the two girls home, they hadn't put on a pound. So you've spread your word all around America. Good on you, kid.
Thanks, Peter. And it was Ken that taught me to drink. Although I must admit, Canada, I did the same with the family I was with there, so maybe it is me. But I just want to thank everyone for coming, and there's some that have come all the way from New Zealand up the back there. A couple of Kiwis across the ditch. Cousin Keith from Sydney, thank you so much for driving down today and then driving the bus. And really appreciate that. And everyone else who's travelled. So now I'll cut the cake and then we can have the band back.
Slide speech. Yeah, come on.
Thank you everyone for coming. Speak on microphone.
Has anyone got any matches? Does anyone smoke?
Smokers to the front.
Yeah, here we go. It's Peter's fault. I don't smoke, Julie, but he does. Look, he's even got a lighter.
Oh, I have to get a knife.
You got a knife there?
The one on the wall.
I got it. Here's pocket.
You search my bag. I don't smoke. It's in your pocket.
You're right. Yeah, I found a knife. Oh, you've been lying.
God, I hate that cold one.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, but blow out ones.
Jenny would love it.
First or cup? No,
Happy birthday.
At least there's not 50 cans.
Thank you, Ash, for the cake.
Yes, thank you, Ashton.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Julie. Happy birthday to you.
With a knife.
Don't touch your bottom, Julie.
It's a long way down.
So, yep.
Okay.
Oh, lovely.
So thank you, Ashton, for the cake. It's beautiful.